So I like to start on our back. So you'll come onto your back. You can have either the legs bent or straight. And the nice thing about coming onto our back is it right away engages the parasympathetic nervous system or the relaxation response. So right away you might feel yourself begin to relax simply by the fact of lying down. And also we'll begin to connect into the body here. So begin to sense your body resting on the surface of the floor. And pay particular attention to softening your face. Soften your brow. Soften your eyes and your eyelids. Soften your cheeks, your lips and your jaw. Relax down through the tongue and the throat. Continue to soften down through the chest and the shoulders. Allow the belly to let go. Allow the belly to be nice and full and soft. And have a sense of melting down through the base of the body and the legs. And from this place of softness, begin to notice your breath. Notice how your body's responding to your breath. And to connect a little more with your breath, you can place your hands on your belly. Having that sensory input from your hands, you can begin to feel the breath moving underneath your hands. And see about evening out the breath. If you notice there's starts and stops in the breath or jerks, can you even that out so you have a smooth, flowing inhale and a smooth, flowing exhale. And then begin to count your inhalation and count your exhalation. And if they're not the same count, see about bringing the inhalation to the same count as the exhalation. Nice, smooth, and steady breath. And once you've achieved that equal breath, equal inhalation, equal exhalation, we're going to take the exhalation just a little bit longer. Exhaling for perhaps 2 more counts than your inhale. And lengthening the exhalation further initiates or engages that relaxation response. And then we're going to take this one step farther. We're going to add a pause at the end of your exhalation, which further engages the relaxation response. So see about pausing at the end of your exhalation for a count of 1 or 2. And inviting a quality of deeper relaxation in the pause. So rather than a holding or a tightening in the pause at the end of exhalation, can you soften and relax a little bit more in the pause? Continuing to feel the movement of your breath underneath your hands. Smooth, steady flow of the breath. And today in our practice, we're going to explore the pause. We're going to explore this pause at the end of the exhalation. And then from here, allow your breath to come to your natural rhythm, no longer trying to control any aspect of the breath. And you might notice that through that simple exercise, your breath has deepened. Your breath has evened out, become more rhythmic and calm. And then if your legs are straight, go ahead and bend them. We're going to start with an exercise called pendiculation, which helps to release bound tension in the body, where we lock into certain patterns where we hold tension. We're going to start with the pelvis. So on your next inhalation, you're going to tilt the top of the hip bones forwards as you create a slight arch in the low back. And then on your exhalation, just allow the body to release to its natural position. There's nothing you need to do, but just release the effort of creating that arch. And then relax completely at your neutral position. And then once you exhale again, this next time you're going to tuck. You're going to take the top of the hip bones pressing down towards the mat as you feel the low back press into the mat as you tuck the pelvis. And then without any effort, just allow the body to release to its natural resting state. And we'll continue like that in your own rhythm. So on your next inhalation, you're going to take the top of the hip bones forwards, create an arch in the low back moving away from the mat. And then without any effort, allow that arch to release. Relax completely. And then on your next exhalation, you're going to tuck the top of the hip bones, pressing down towards the mat. Low back engages the mat. And then without any effort, release back to neutral. We'll do that one more time. On your next inhalation, arching the low back, top of the hip bones go forwards. And then without effort, allow the low back to release to its natural position. Pausing there. And then tuck. Take the top of the hip bones back, the low back meeting the mat. And then releasing to your neutral position. So we're going to do something similar with the shoulders now. So starting with the arms down alongside you, the palms of the hands facing up. On your next exhalation, you're going to round the shoulders forwards, drawing the shoulders in towards one another. You'll feel the upper back round, and this action might travel down through the hands, where the palms of the hands turn to the floor, and maybe they continue to rotate where the pinkies move up towards the ceiling. And then without any effort, allow the arms to return to their natural position. Pause, relax completely there. And then we're going to open the front of the body as we contract the back of the body. So you're going to draw the shoulder blades down and together on the back. As the shoulders draw back, the front of the shoulders opening. And this might also travel down through the arms, where the thumbs start to point down towards the floor, the pinkies up towards the ceiling. And then allow the body to unwind without any effort. Just allow yourself to go back to your resting state. And then we'll do this again. On your exhalation, you're going to roll the shoulders in towards one another. This might travel all the way down to the hands, where the thumbs turn down to the floor, pinkies come up to the ceiling, feeling that spiraling action moving down to the hands. And then allow the body to unwind on its own. Relaxing completely at your neutral state. And then on your next inhalation, we're going to open the front. So you'll draw the shoulder blades down and together on the back, the upper back arching, opening the front of the shoulders, this traveling all the way down to the hands, that spiraling action down to the hands. And then without any effort, allow yourself to release to neutral. Pause at neutral, relax completely. And then one more time. On your next exhalation, we're going to draw the shoulders in towards one another, round the upper back, closing the front of the chest. And then without any effort, allow that just to unwind. Pause, relax completely at your resting state. And then on your next inhalation, open the front, draw the shoulder blades down and together on the back, the front of the shoulders open, a spiraling action traveling down through the arms to the hands. Pinkies reaching up towards the ceiling. And then unwinding. And then pausing. And already in my body, I feel circulation moving more freely. Tensions that I hold habitually begin to release. And now we'll move into the head. So similar action in the head. On an exhalation, we're going to tuck the chin to the chest. Feel the back of the head lengthen. And then without any effort, allow the neck to return to neutral. On your next inhalation, you're going to take the chin up and back. Take the gaze up and back, creating an arch in the neck. You might feel the upper back engage as well. And then without any effort, allow the neck to release to neutral. And then again, on your exhalation, we're going to tuck the chin in towards the chest, gazing down towards your chest. And without any effort, release to neutral. On your next inhalation, we're going to take the head up and back and try to move from the center of the chest as you take the chin up and back. So you move from more of a place of stability. And then releasing the head back to neutral. Pause at neutral. And then one more time, we'll tuck the chin in towards the chest, gaze down towards the heart center. Without any effort, allow the body to return to neutral. Pause, relax at neutral. And then last time, taking the head up and back, try to move from the center of the chest to move the head up and back. And then releasing to neutral, relaxing at neutral, and pausing there. And then from here, we'll create a gentle rocking motion through the body. So you push and pull with the feet on the mat, and this creates like a rocking sensation as if you're in a rocking chair, and feel this rocking motion just travel through the body. So it's a very gentle push and pull with the heels on the mat, the feet on the mat. And creating this rocking motion to help loosen the fascia, the connective tissue, to help create more ease of movement. And then slow that rocking motion down. And go a little bit slower. And then come into stillness. And then from here, we're going to draw the knees into the chest. You're going to take the palms of the hands on the thighs. So this is like Apanasana, but we're going to do it in a little bit of a different way. You're going to be moving against resistance. So as the knees travel away, the hands are going to push the knees over the hips, but the legs are going to resist. So as the hands push the knees to over the hips, the thighs are pressing back towards the hands. And then you're going to draw the thighs in towards the chest as the hands are resisting. So you're doing Apanasana in a resisting type of motion, creating resistance as you draw the knees over the hips, the hands pushing the knees away, the thighs resisting. And as the thighs come into the chest, the hands pushing away. So another way to describe this is as the arms lengthen, the knees travel away, the hands are winning in this play of resistance, And as the thighs draw into the chest, the legs are winning in this play of resistance. As the knees travel back over the hips, the hands are winning. As the knees are coming into the chest, the legs are winning. So just feel this resisting movement as you draw the knees into the chest and away. As the thighs come in towards you, the legs are winning. As the knees move over the hips, the hands are winning. And one last time. And then go ahead and cup the hands with the knees. We're going to do some hip circles, circling the knees in towards one another and then out and away. Big circles. Feel that lubrication of the hip joint as you draw the knees in towards one another and then away. And take those circles in the opposite direction as well. And then coming back to neutral, and we'll roll over onto our right side. We're going to support our head with our right hand. The left hand on the mat in front of you. We're going to do some clams, a little bit of hip exercises. If your head doesn't feel comfortable on your hand, you can grab a pillow and rest your head on a pillow. So the heels in line with your hips here, the knees in line with one another, the hips stacked. And we're going to start on an inhalation, opening the knees apart. Try not to roll backwards so that you stay in the work of the hip joint. And on an exhalation, close the knees slowly back together. On an inhalation, opening the knees apart. And on an exhalation, slowly closing the knees back together. And tuning into the muscles of the legs, the muscles of the hip joint, becoming more familiar with what's engaging and what's releasing. And the next time that you're in that opened position, we're going to pause there. And then this time you're going to close down just halfway and then lift back up. So we're targeting specifically the outer hip muscles here as you inhale up to the full motion and just lower just halfway. And then again, lifting up and lowering just halfway. And then next time, lower all the way down, and we're going to go similar. So once the knees are together, we're going to lift up just halfway and then close the knees back together. So we're working in a smaller range of motion to build a little more stability in the hip joint. With the knees together, just lifting up halfway and then closing back down. And the slower you go, the more strengthening. The more you bring on board all the muscles involved in the movement, rather than just the muscles that you've strengthened already. And then next time you close, we'll release down and go ahead and do some hip circles. You can lift the bottom foot off and circle around in the hip joint. I'm sorry, lift that top foot off the bottom foot and circle around. Nice, and then we'll move to the other side. So switching onto your left side. Support your head with your hand or a pillow, the right hand on the mat in front of you. Ankles in line with hips, knees in line with one another. And as you're ready, on an inhalation, opening the knees apart. Try not to rock backwards. Imagine that there's a wall behind you preventing you from rolling backwards. On an exhalation, closing the knees back together. And again, the slower you go, the better. On an inhalation, opening. On an exhalation, closing. One more time. And then next time you're in that open position, then we're going to play with a different range of motion. We'll start from that open position and just lower down halfway. And then lift all the way back up. Targeting specific muscle groups here. Lowering down halfway. And then lifting all the way back up. And one more time. And then next time you lower halfway, go all the way down where the knees are touching one another. And then this time we're just going to lift up halfway. And then exhale, close the knees back together. Lifting up halfway. Closing the knees back together. Going as slowly as you can so you really target all the muscles involved in the movement. And then next time you lift up, go ahead and lift all the way up and do some hip circles. Release that top foot from the bottom foot so the foot is moving freely as you do some nice big hip circles. And then from here, we'll roll over onto our belly. Take a moment, rest your forehead on your hands, creating a pillow with your head by taking one hand on top of the other, forehead resting on your hands. And allow the breath to settle here. This is a great pose if you have a lot of emotional content coming up. It calms the nervous system right away. And you can more easily connect with the feeling of your breath as you feel it move underneath you. Allow the breath to settle, allow the body to relax completely here. And then from here, we're going to set up for Cobra. We're going to take the forearms on the ground, have the arms in like a W position where the hands are just above the shoulders, the elbows just below. And have a sense of feeling the shoulder blades drawing towards one another on the back. The legs about hip width apart. And on the inhalation, you're going to lift the chest off the ground as you bend the right leg to a 90-degree angle, keeping the thigh grounded, the leg coming to 90 as the heel presses up towards the ceiling. And then on an exhalation, lower down as you turn the head to the side for a stretch in the neck. Then we're going to alternate. We're going to lift the chest off the ground as we bend the left leg to a 90-degree angle. Taking the ankle over the knee, thigh grounds, heel presses up. On an exhalation, straighten that leg out, lower down as you turn the head to the other side. Continuing like this, going at your own pace. On an inhalation, lifting up, bending the right leg to 90. Exhale, releasing down, relaxing completely at the bottom. If you want to make it stronger, you can lift the forearms off the ground, draw the elbows into the torso, feel the shoulder blades draw together on the back. And then lower everything down, going at your own rhythm, alternating legs. With the legs, we're getting into the hamstrings and the glutes here. Following the rhythm of your breath, relaxing completely at the bottom. And then engaging once again. Next time you come down, see about drawing both legs up to 90. And then lowering everything down. Drawing the pubic bone to the navel so you feel the support through the low back. As you come up, there's a sense of the low belly drawing to the spine. So the lower back is supported. And doing one last one. And then releasing down, creating a pillow for your head with your hands again, resting your forehead on your hands. And then rock the hips from side to side. And then from here, we'll come up onto the elbows. We're going to move into dolphin here. So elbows underneath the shoulders, interlace the hands so you have a nice foundation. Go ahead and curl the toes under, and we're going to lift up onto the knees, bringing the torso parallel to the floor. So you can stay like this on the knees, or if you'd like, lift the knees off the ground, bringing the whole body parallel to the floor. Lengthen out through the heels and the crown of the head. Strengthening the core here. If you'd like a little more, you can drop one knee down towards the floor at a time, as if you're walking the legs out, creating a little more strength. And then from here, go ahead and draw the knees underneath the hips to come into puppy dog. Extend the arms out long in front of you. So similar sensation as downward dog, but on your knees. Rest the forehead on the floor. Extend the arms nice and long. Feel a nice long extension through the spine. Allow yourself to relax and release here. And then from here, go ahead and walk the hands back towards the knees. We'll come to stand up on the knees for Vajrasana. Legs about hip width apart. We'll take the hands to the low back. We'll do some movement here for the low back, neck, and shoulders. On an inhalation, sweep the right arm out to the side and up. On an exhalation, come down as you turn your head away from that sweeping arm and see about bringing the cheek to the floor to get a deeper stretch through the neck. On an inhalation, you're going to sweep the left arm out to the side and up as you stand back up on the knees. And then on an exhalation, lower down as slowly as you can, turning the head away from that sweeping arm. See about bringing the left cheek to the ground for a deeper stretch in the neck, and then continuing to alternate. Inhaling up, sweeping the right arm out to the side and up. On an exhalation, lowering down as slowly as you can, coming down with control. On an inhalation, left arm sweeps out to the side and up. Going at your own rhythm. As you come down, turning the head away from that sweeping arm. Next time you come down, we'll take both arms out to the side and up. Do it 2 more times with both arms sweeping. You can take the forehead to the floor this time as you come down, so you have a neutral neck. Just releasing the forehead to the floor. And coming up, sweeping the arms out to the side and up. And one last time like that, exhaling down. And inhaling up. And once we come to the top, we'll release the arms down. And we'll make our way up to standing. So coming to standing, take a look at your feet as you come to standing. See that your feet are about hip width apart and that the feet are doing the same thing. So as much as you can, you want the feet parallel to one another. So just checking to see you have a nice solid foundation. And pause here for a moment. And just notice your body. Notice how it feels to be in this upright position. Notice how it feels after just those few exercises that we've done. And then from here, we're going to play with our balance as we circle the arms around. So on an inhalation, we're going to circle the arms forwards and up as we lift off the heels, coming onto the balls of the feet. On an exhalation, circle the arms back and around as you lower back down, taking the heels back to the floor. And going at your own rhythm on an inhalation, lifting up. On an exhalation, lowering down. Notice if one foot is doing something different than the other. Can both feet work equally? Both legs working equally? Next time you come down, we're going to take those arm circles in the opposite direction. As you lift up, circle the arms back and around. Moving in rhythm with your breath. Softening the face and the eyes. And then next time you come down, we'll pause there. And do a little bouncing here. Soften the knees, that same kind of rocking sensation, that bouncing motion traveling through the whole body to loosen any tension that might have built up. And then from here, we're going to play with chair pose a little bit. On an inhalation, we're going to take the arms into a W position as we sink into a chair. Feel the shoulder blades draw together on the back. And then on an exhalation, releasing out. On an inhalation, take the arms into a W position, sink into a chair, bring weight in the heels. And then on an exhalation, releasing out. As you come into your chair, draw the pubic bone to the navel so low back is supported. And then releasing out. And your next inhalation, sinking into your chair, W arms. And releasing out. This next time we're going to stay in our chair. Weight in the heels, taking your seat back, pubic bone to navel so low back is supported. We're going to do some strengthening for the upper back as we stay here. We're going to take a wide V with our arms and then a narrow V. Feel the shoulder blades draw together on the back. And then a wide V with the arms. Feel the shoulder blades move away from one another. And then a narrow V. Strengthening the upper back as you take a wide V position and a narrow V position. And next time the arms are extended out, we'll press through the legs, release all the way out. Come back to standing. Nice. We're going to move into a forward fold. We're going to add a halfway lift in the forward fold. So as you're ready, on an inhalation, sweep the arms out to the side and up. On an exhalation, softness in the knees, lower down. On an inhalation, come up halfway, torso parallel to the floor, arms out to a T. On an exhalation, releasing down, relax completely at the bottom. Your next inhalation, come up through a long spine. Going in and out like that at your own rhythm. On an exhalation, lowering down. On the inhalation, coming up halfway. Exhale, releasing down. Inhaling all the way back up. And the slower you go, the more strengthening, the more meditative, and the more calming for the nervous system. As much as you can, you want to be breathing in and out through the nose. Next time you move into the forward fold, we'll go up and stay in that halfway lift. Drawing the lower belly to the spine. You can keep the arms out to a T. You can take the hands to the thighs for more support. Or a little stronger is to have the arms reaching. Have the arms alongside the ears and reaching towards the front. Feel yourself pressing down through the legs as you lift up through them. Feel the hips drawing back as the back of the head, the crown of the head is lengthening forwards. And then go ahead and release down into your forward fold. You can grab opposite elbows here. And see about shifting your weight forwards and back on your feet. Allow the upper body to be heavy, weighted with gravity. Relaxing the neck. And take the torso from one side over to the other, going from side to side. Pressing down into one leg to take you to the other side. Pressing down through the opposite leg to shift you from side to side. And then coming back to center. We'll slowly make our way up, back to standing. And pause for a moment in this standing position. Notice what you feel. Soften through the face. Soften through your eyes. And then from here, we're going to open wide on the mat. And we're going to do a wide-legged twist here. We're going to focus on twisting to the left. We're going to start with the right hand moving to the center as we open to the left. And then we're going to take the hand a fourth of the way closer to the foot, coming out, a fourth of the way closer to the foot, and then at the foot. So we'll be going in and out about 4 times. So as you're ready, on an inhalation, sweep the arms out to the side and up. On an exhalation, you're going to fold forwards. At the halfway point, begin to twist, taking the right hand to the center, lifting the left arm up, chest opening to the wall. And then on an inhalation, coming back out, all the way back up to the top. And then again, on an exhalation, lowering down halfway at the halfway point, take the hand, the right hand a fourth of the way closer to the left foot, opening the chest to the wall. On an inhalation, coming back out to that halfway point, and then all the way up, both arms sweeping out to the side. On an exhalation, lowering down to the halfway point, take the hand another fourth of the way closer to the foot, opening the chest to the wall. On an inhalation, coming back out. And this next time, we'll take the hand to the foot, exhaling down, the hand coming towards the foot, opening the chest, twisting open to the wall. On the inhalation, coming out. And then we're going to stay at the position that felt best to you. So if it felt best to be at center, you'll stay there. If it felt best to be a fourth of the way closer to the foot, stay there. So as you're ready, exhaling down, twisting to the left, finding the position that felt best to you. Try to keep the hips neutral. There can be a tendency to collapse over in the hips, but can you neutralize the hips? And then we'll do some arm sweeps with the arms. So on an inhalation, lengthen through the arm line. Feel that top arm reach to the ceiling a little bit more as you look up. And then on an exhalation, sweep that top hand to the low back, palm faces up as you look with the head over to the right foot. On an inhalation, lengthen through the arm line, the top of the hand reaching up towards the ceiling. Nice extension through the arm line. On an exhalation, sweep the hand to the low back as you look over to that right foot. Again, on an inhalation, that top arm sweeps up. Nice long line through the arm line. Looking up at the ceiling. On an exhalation, sweeping the hand to the low back. Looking over to that right foot one last time. Extending up. On an exhalation, sweep the hand to the low back. Look over to the right. And then go ahead and release all the way to center. Both hands coming to center, relax the head completely. And allow everything to settle here, everything to soften. And then we'll walk the hands up the legs to come out with support. We'll take this twist to the right this time. Now, as you're ready, sweeping the arms out to the side and up. On an exhalation, lowering down halfway, at the halfway point, take the left hand to the center, open the chest towards the wall, the right arm reaching up towards the ceiling. And then on an inhalation, coming out, arms out to a T and all the way up. On an exhalation, lowering down halfway, the left hand going a fourth of the way closer to that right foot, open the chest to the wall. On an inhalation, coming back out. Nice, slowly with control. Next time you lower, take the hand another fourth of the way closer to the foot. Opening through the chest. On the inhalation, arms back out to a T. Nice long spine to come out. On the exhalation, lowering down. And this time at the foot. Opening the chest to the wall. On an inhalation, coming out, arms out to a T, long spine. And this next time, we're going to stay in the position that felt best to you. As you're ready, exhaling, lowering down. And placing the left hand wherever it felt best. Opening the chest to the wall. On the inhalation, lengthen that right arm up towards the ceiling a little bit more, looking up towards the hand. On the exhalation, that right arm sweeps to the low back, palm faces up. Look over at the left foot. On the inhalation, lengthen the right arm back up, gaze towards the ceiling. On the exhalation, belly to spine, look over at that left foot. On the inhalation, extend up, feel a nice long extension through the arm line. Exhaling, looking back over to that left foot. One more time. Looking over to the left foot as you exhale. And then from here, release everything back to center. Relax the head. And bend one leg at a time. Bend the right knee and then the left knee. To just walk the legs out in this wide-legged position. The head nice and relaxed. And then from here, walk the hands up the legs to come out with support. And then step the legs together. And we'll do a little bouncing here. So this bouncing helps to release any tension that might have built up. Also brings the nervous system back to a state of calm. And feel the upper body heavy with gravity as it receives this bounce from below. And then see about slowing that bounce down. Going a little bit slower. A little bit slower. And then coming into stillness. And pausing here in stillness. And just feeling your body after all those movements we just did. Where can you relax a little bit more here? Is there any place where you're still holding tension? You can take the breath to that area and help loosen up that tension. And then from here, we're going to come down onto our back. So you can come onto your backs. We'll draw the knees into our chest on our back. Arms down alongside you, knees drawn into the chest. We're going to do an opposite leg, opposite arm movement here. On an inhalation, you're going to sweep the right arm overhead as you press the left foot into the ceiling. And then on an exhalation, lower the arm, release the leg back down. And then we'll alternate. On an inhalation, take the left arm overhead, press the right foot up to the ceiling. Opposite arm, opposite leg. And on an exhalation, lower down. And continuing at your own rhythm. On the inhalation, right arm, left leg. On the exhalation, lowering down. On the inhalation, left arm, right leg. And going as slowly as you can. Exhaling, lowering down. And one more time to either side, right arm, left leg. Slowly lowering down. On your inhalation, left arm, right leg. Slowly lowering down. And then from here, take the palms of the feet to the mat. Have the legs about hip width apart. We're going to move in and out of bridge pose in a motion as we play with the arms. So on the inhalation, you're going to peel the spine off the mat as you sweep the right arm overhead. You're going to keep the right arm overhead as you lower your torso back down to the mat, rolling out one vertebra at a time. Pause at the bottom, relax completely. On your next inhalation, sweep the left arm overhead as well. So both arms are overhead as you lift up into bridge pose. And then this time on an exhalation, lowering everything down. Both arms lower down as you roll out through the spine. Relaxing completely at the bottom. And this next time we're going to lead with the left arm. As you lift up, the left arm sweeps overhead. At the top, feel a lengthen across the arms, arms reaching in opposite directions. Keeping that length as you exhale, just lowering the torso down to the mat. The left arm stays overhead. Relaxing completely at the bottom. On your next inhalation, the right arm lifts up to join the left arm overhead. On an exhalation, everything lowers, lowering both arms as you roll out one vertebra at a time, timing the movement of the arms with the movement of the hips. Relaxing completely at the bottom. We'll do one more time, leading with the right and then leading with the left. On an inhalation, you're going to lift up as you sweep the right arm overhead. At the top, feel the arms lengthen away from one another. And on an exhalation, slowly roll down one vertebra at a time. On your next inhalation, the left arm sweeps overhead to meet the right. And then everything lowers, lowering down one vertebra at a time. Try to time the movement of the arms with the movement of the hips. Relaxing completely at the bottom, allow everything to release. And then one more time, leading with the left arm on an inhalation, lifting up. Left arm sweeps overhead. Arms lengthen in opposite directions at the top. Keep that lengthen through the arms as you lower back down. Relax completely at the bottom. And then lifting back up, right arm comes up to meet the left. And then everything lowers, rolling down one vertebra at a time. And then from here, we'll go up and stay in our bridge pose. You can keep the arms down alongside you, or as a variation, take the arms into 90-degree angles where the fingertips points up to the ceiling, the elbows hug into the torso. So as you're ready, on an inhalation, lifting the hips all the way back up, coming into your bridge pose. We'll stay here in bridge pose. If you want to make it a little stronger, you can micro lift the heels off the ground. So just like a millimeter, lifting the heels up to strengthen the backs of the legs a little bit more. If you wanted to make it a little stronger here, you can lift one foot up into the ceiling for a one-legged bridge. And then releasing that leg down, and then taking the other leg up for a one-legged bridge, pressing down through the upper arms to keep the chest open. And then releasing down. And then slowly rolling out through the spine. And then from here, we're going to interlace the hands behind the head. Going to do a little bit of core strengthening and also help to release the neck and shoulders. So legs still bent, legs about hip width apart. We're going to start with an arch in the low back. You're going to take the top of the hip bones forwards, arch in the low back, and then allow that to release to neutral. And then you're going to tuck, you're going to press the low belly towards the spine, Top of the hip bones go back so the low back meets the mat. You're going to keep that engagement, press down through the low belly, and you're going to curl up. The elbows are going to come in towards the ears as you curl up, taking the chest in towards the knees. And then slowly curl back down, keeping the elbows drawn in towards the ears. When the head reaches the floor, you're going to squeeze the elbows in towards one another a little bit more. And then as slowly as you can, you're going to release the elbows back to the floor. And so by going slowly, this helps us to release neck and shoulder tension. So it's really important to go slowly here as the elbows begin to release out to the floor to help release any tension that's there. Once the arms reach the floor, relax completely. And then we'll begin again. We start with an arch in the low back. And then release that to neutral. Then you're going to tuck, press the low back towards the mat, low belly to spine. Press down through the low belly to curl yourself up. Elbows come in towards the ears. And then as slowly as you can, you're going to curl back down, keeping the elbows drawn in towards the ears, helping the abdominal muscles release as you go slowly. When the head reaches the floor, squeeze the elbows in towards one another a little bit more. And then as slowly as you can, for about 8 to 10 counts of breath, release the elbows back to the floor. That last 10% go a little bit slower to help tension in the shoulders, the neck release. If one side is doing something different than the other, can you even that out? When the elbows reach the floor, relax completely. And then we'll begin again. One more arch of the low back. And then draw that to neutral. And then tucking. And important here not to push yourself up with your hands as you curl up, but just use the core muscles. Just going as high as you can with just engaging the core muscles. And then slowly releasing down. And this will be our last one. Slight tuck in the chin as you curl back down. When the head reaches the floor, squeeze the elbows in towards one another a little bit more. And then for about 8 to 10 counts of breath, release the elbows out to the side, back to the floor. Notice tension in the neck and shoulders releasing as you do this. Once the elbows reach the floor, allow everything to relax completely. Then release the arms down alongside you and generate that rocking sensation one more time as you push and pull with the feet to create a rocking motion through the torso, releasing any tension that might have built up. And then from here, we're going to end with a twist. Draw the knees into the chest, the arms out to a T. To make it a little stronger, you can take the legs to 90 degrees. We'll focus on a twist to the right this time. So on an exhalation, taking the legs over to the right, the head can be neutral or it can go in the opposite direction. On an inhalation, coming back to center. And then again, on an exhalation, taking the legs over to the right. See about hovering to make it a little more core strengthening rather than releasing to the floor. Inhaling back to center. And again, pressing the legs in towards one another as you take them over to the right, the head releasing to the left. Inhaling back to center. Now this next one will stay in the twist. So this time you can release the legs down to the floor. Allow them to relax completely on the floor. We're going to do a little movement for the neck and shoulders here as we stay in the twist. So you're going to look over towards the left hand and turn the palm of the left hand to the ceiling. And turn the palm of the right hand down towards the floor. And then you're going to switch the palms. You're going to turn the head as the palms switch. So now the palm of the right hand is going to turn to the ceiling. The palm of the left hand is going to turn to the floor, and you're going to look over to the right hand. And then we're going to alternate. The palm of the right hand turns to the floor. The palm of the left hand opens to the ceiling as you turn the head over to the left. And continuing like this as you spiral through the arm line, taking the head from one side to the other as the head is looking towards the palm of the open hand. So once again, turning the palm of the right hand down, the palm of the left hand opens up as you release the head over to the left. And then reversing the palms. And next time you're looking over to the left, we'll pause there. And then on your next inhalation, take the head to center, draw both palms of the hands to the ceiling, and we'll take the legs back to neutral, coming out of the twist. Then we're going to take the twist to the left this time. So either knees drawn into the chest, feet relaxed, or legs at 90 degrees. And on an exhalation, take the legs over to the left. The legs pressing in towards one another to help support the low back. On an inhalation, coming out. Pressing the legs in towards one another. On an exhalation, going into the twist. On an inhalation, coming out. Moving in and out with control. See about hovering when you come into the twist versus releasing to the floor. And then next time that you go into the twist, we'll release all the way down to the floor on an exhalation, releasing all the way down. And we'll see about continuing to release through the neck and shoulders as we stay in the twist. So here we'll turn the palm of the left hand down, look over towards the right hand, the palm of the right hand facing the ceiling. And then you're going to switch that. You're going to turn the palm of the right hand down, the palm of the left hand faces the ceiling as you gaze over to the left, the head releasing over to the left. And then you're going to switch that. The palm of the left hand turns down, the palm of the right hand turns up as you roll the head over to the right again. And feel this movement of the arms move from the rib cage rather than at the shoulders. Feel the spiraling of the arms initiate from the ribs as you take the head gently from side to side, as you spiral through the arm line, one palm turning up, the other palm down, going gently at your own rhythm. Feeling this nice spiral through the whole arm line. And then next time you're looking over to the right, we'll stay there. And then take the head back to neutral, both palms facing to the ceiling. And inhale, take the legs out of the twist. And we'll end with Apanasana, cupping the knees with the hands. On the inhalation, extend the knees over the hips, arms straighten. On the exhalation, hug the thighs into the chest. On the inhalation, extend the arms long. On exhalation, hugging the thighs into the chest. As you inhale and extend the arms, you can tuck the chin to the chest, feel the upper back round. As you exhale, draw the thighs into the chest. Allow the head to come to neutral, lengthen through the back of the head, and feel the shoulder blades draw down and together on the back. So in addition to stretching the low back, stretching the upper back. As you inhale, the knees away, tuck the chin, upper back rounds. As you exhale, the thighs into the chest, lengthen through the back of the head. Draw the shoulder blades down and together on the back. And then from here, if there's any last gentle movement that your body's asking for, you can take that last gentle movement. You might like to do happy baby or some more rocking, whatever it might be. And then from here, we'll make our way into Shavasana. Extending the legs long. If there's anything going on for you with the low back, you might like to have the legs up on a chair or a bolster underneath the knees. And here we'll do one last rocking motion in our Shavasana. You're going to pump the feet. So you're going to flap the tops of the feet or the feet down towards the floor and then release the feet back up to create once again this rocking sensation through the body. So it's like you're flapping the feet up and down, keeping the heels on the ground as you press the toes towards the floor and then release them away from the floor to generate that gentle rocking sensation through the body. Heels stay grounded, flapping the toes up and down to create a rocking sensation through the body. And then slow that rocking down. Go a little bit slower. A little bit slower. And then allow yourself to settle into your Shavasana. And these last 15 minutes of class are what we've been working towards. That whole previous hour of asana practice has been in preparation for these last 15 minutes. This is the most important component of our practice, where we let go completely and allow the body to rest, heal, repair. There's nothing for us to do anymore, but simply let go to the body, let go to the breath, and observe that healing process that takes way. Continue to soften a little more through the face, the eyes, the cheeks, the lips and the jaw. Relax down through the tongue and the throat. Release through the shoulders, the arms, the hands. Soften through the chest. Allow the belly to let go and become full and soft. Melt down into the base of the body and down through the legs. The whole body resting. the whole body resting. Ah, the whole body resting. If anything grabs your attention and takes you away from the sensation of the whole body, of the breath and the space around you, see about creating space around whatever it might be, whether a thought or a sensation in the body, as if holding it lovingly and gently with your awareness. And begin to breathe with whatever it might be. On the inhalation, acknowledging it, accepting it, allowing it to be there. And on the exhalation, breathing space into it. Continuing to breathe with it as you take your awareness a little farther out from it, creating the space around it a little bit larger. As you inhale with it, accepting it, embracing it, allowing it to be there without resistance. And as you exhale, breathing a little more space into it. And continue this process as you expand the space farther and farther out, as if dissipating whatever it might be, diffusing it out into the space of the whole body, diffusing it out into the flow of the breath, diffusing it once again out into the space around you. And then once again, connecting with this whole body awareness, with the awareness of the space around you, as you behold yourself gently and lovingly in this resting state. And then from here, roll over onto your side. And bring that sensation of Shavasana with you. Relax completely on your side. And then slowly, gently, making your way up into a comfortable meditation posture. And seeing about staying in that state of Shavasana as you come into your seat. You might like to take the hands in a mudra. You can rest the right hand in the palm of the left hand. And once again, softening through the whole body. Soften down through the face. Soften through the neck, the tongue and the throat. Feel the shoulders release. Feel the chest soften. Allow the belly to let go. Allow the belly to be full and soft. And melt into the base of the body. And see about shifting your awareness to the back of the body, as if gazing out from the back body. And simply observing whatever is occurring on the front of the body, as if watching a movie on a screen. Allow whatever thoughts to pass by on that screen. Allow whatever sensations there are to be there. As you take this perspective of an observer, awareness shifted to the back body as you gaze out upon the front body. As you simply observe the healing process taking place on the front of the body. Allowing yourself to be just as you are in this moment. And if your eyes are closed, slowly begin to open your eyes, keeping a soft downward gaze. See about maintaining this connection to yourself as you behold what's in front of you. Staying connected with the body, staying connected with the sensation of the breath as you take in the space before you. And take your gaze up a little higher. And try to maintain this open focus, this open awareness, rather than focusing in on any one thing. Can you maintain an awareness of the whole room? Awareness of your body. So you take in the whole room before you. And then staying connected with your body, connected with this open awareness. On the inhalation, sweep the arms out to the side and up overhead. Exhale the hands together and into the heart. And 2 more times like that. And pausing at heart center. And bowing your head to your hands as you honor this greater aspect of yourself. This part of you that's beyond the physical body. This part of you that's untouched by your day-to-day experience. This part of you that dwells in the heart. And then bowing as we honor each other. Namaste.